Providence Water is an independently operating department of the city of Providence, and we supply water to about 600,000 people, or 60% of the state's population. We're fortunate to be following in a legacy of actively managing the land that goes back almost 100 years. And really what we're doing now in this project is a new twist on what Providence Water foresters were doing decades ago, in doing some experimental in plantings of different species, trying to adapt to forest health challenges of that time, using the best information they had available. So one of the reasons that I was interested in pursuing a transition project on this particular Tonk Hill site is it's one of the more challenging sites on our property to manage, given the number of forest health stressors that we're dealing with here. So it afforded an opportunity for doing something a little more outside the box, a little wilder than we might do on some parts of our property, in an effort to address these challenges. As a kind of control for this experimental adaptation planting, we took a number of species that are already native here, are found growing on this site, black oak, pin oak, white oak, and combine that with others that aren't found here yet, but could, in a warming climate scenario, there could be suitable habitat for them here in the future, such as shortleaf pine, persimmon, and even some species for which we're pushing the envelope a bit, but there was available nursery stock, and we thought it would be interesting to experiment with them. Such as sweet gum. There are even a few loblolly pines planted in here. Based on the modeling that scientists have done, there are certain tree species that are projected to see increases or new habitat in a warming climate scenario. These are the so-called winners. Others may remain the same, and then there are others that may decrease, or possibly over the long term even disappear altogether, the so-called losers in a climate change scenario. So this is an example of the more aggressive transition strategy, where we're trying to take active steps to create a forest stand that may be more resilient to the effects of climate change over the long term, or at least experiment and learn by doing so.